Hello students, KTHM College, Department of Political Science, Class MA, MCom, MSc, Semester 3rd. Myself, Chandanshay Vasuda, welcome you all for the subject Human Values and Human Rights, Additional Credit 2. So students, we have started with our second unit, that is human rights and its enforcement mechanism. So students, we are going to learn about the some human rights and its commissions for various groups. Okay students, so we will start our lecture now. So students, the first of all, the National Human Right Commission, we are going to start. So please, when I explain you, please try to remember the dates and the places which I am going to say. Okay students, so the government of India established the National Human Rights Commission in 1993. We have done this in our previous lecture. Also, in order to give effect to the National Human Rights Act 1993. So the headquarters of the commission is at New Delhi. As per section 12 of the provision of act, the commission is empowered to inquire either on this its own or based on a petitions submitted by a victim or any person on behalf of a victim on the violation of human rights. So it can also participate in proceeding of a country with the prior permission of such court to defend or to place information related to violation of such human rights that are in a trial before such court. So students, it can be review any laws, acts or a factory related to terrorism and make such recommendation to the court, to the government of India for review or amend such laws and regulation. The exercise to power conferred on it. It had undertaken a number of studies with respect to various areas related to disadvantaged group, means the we will say the disadvantage means the group which are given the concessions on its own and on the basis of complaints received by it. So it is one of the duty of the commission to examine the international legal documents on human rights and make necessary suggestions to the government of the India to take necessary step for the incorporation in the promotion of human rights as per the provision of Article 51C for the Constitution of India. So it has a duty to promote research and conduct activities such as seminars, conference, and we will say promotions and workshops and promotion of the human rights. So in this regard, the National Human Rights Commission invites application at regular intervals and conduct a number of workshop, seminar, as we have say workshop, seminar, conference in various educational, public sector or organization and in association with NGOs, means non-governmental organization. It also published a variety of books, notes and other necessary information for the promotion of human rights. So according to the section of 13 of the Act, the commission has to be conferred the power of a civil court and other relevant laws to examine some issue notice or inquiry matters pertaining to human rights in deciding the cases. So this is it is the unfortunate even after 2 decades of adopting the act, the union and the state have not taken any step to establish a human rights court at the district level for speedy and quick justice to provide remedy of the violation of rights. So students, when we say that our court are there, apex court and our high courts are there, how it is Supreme Court is on the union level and the high courts are for the at the district state level. So students, for this we think that National Human Rights Commission means how it is at the union at the national level, it should be also there at the state level. So that can be a justice, I will say it is very accessible and very flexible and justice will very soon. Okay, so this is my opinion. Okay, After that, we will see the Maharashtra State Human Rights Commission. So the Maharashtra State Human Rights Commission was established in 2001 in accordance with the provisions section 21-29 of the Union Act, which authorize each state to establish a commission. The headquarters of the commission is in the Mumbai. The State Human Rights Commission enforces the right of the people of the state of Maharashtra on the lines of a National Human Rights Commission. So, however, its jurisdiction is limited not to the state of Maharashtra. The state commission has worked on various aspects and submitted a number of reports to the government for consideration. So, it is very active in the promotion of human rights education in the state. The workshop of it is on the introduction of human rights education in 2010, which led for the evaluation of number of models for the impartations and led the University of Pune to introduce the human rights program with the blessings of the governor and government of Maharashtra. So both the National and State Human Rights Commission offer internship for 4 weeks to the students to equip the students and to propagate the significance and knowledge of human rights education. So it's very good now. Our government, our governor in 2010 initiated that human rights should be known for the students as well, because it's very important to know what is there in our how it is important. The human right is important for ourselves also, and to maintain the others right also. Okay. After that, there is Commission on Women, Children, Minority and Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribe. So the United Nations, apart from the Journal Human Rights concerning man, over the years, basing on the deliberations, recommendation of various organs and states appointed a number of international conventions. So resolution to argue the rights of the number of disadvantaged sections of the world. It made an appeal to all states to adopt significant legislation existing concessions to such groups of disadvantaged section of people to bring them on par with the developed sections of each state. So it also retained that while enacting such policy measure on enacting the legislature, the states party need to consider the socio-economic, political, and cultural aspects which have a bearing on the exclusionist policy. So, for their rights freely and to establish such mechanism which will assist them in enjoyment of human rights guaranteed both at the internationally and nationally without any kind of variation. So the states party need to uh, extend the necessary concessions to such people to achieve self-sufficient and take part in all activities of polity in an equal manner. So, in India, traditionally on the grounds of gender, socio-economic, political, cultural, and the caste lines, women, children, minority, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, who are backward in many respects or terms are disadvantaged group of the people. So in order to argue these rights, the Constituent Assembly under the provisions uh, of the Constituent extended a number of concessions to assume the rights of these people. So the government of India, in accordance with the international and national obligations, since independence, adopted a number of policy and enacted Specially, special legislations extended a wide variety of concession to enrich these people on par with the other sections of the society. So, however, in few of poverty, illiteracy, other socio-cultural aspects, these peoples are discriminated on various fronts and target group to deny free enjoyment of their rights. So, in order to integrate these people with other advanced group of the polity to provide quick span of justice to protect their rights and to promote their welfare. So, the government of India, in order to discharge its international and national legal commitments, established independent commission to help them to achieve tends to social justice philosophy of the human rights. So this is all about the today's lecture, which we have gone through the, so that is the commissions on the national level and the state level, and commissions for the groups we have learned, which is women, children's, minority, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. So students, why the question is that why they have to give means commission is made for women, children, minority and scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. So students, when we see the disadvantaged group, so we think that backward classes, children's, women's, they are not empowered till now, because our India is means it is a developing country. So it is not that our women's, our children's or the minorities or the but the disadvantages class is not till that much empowered. So the commission said made for the span of justice for them. So in the short short time of span, they get the justice and the quick justice and protection of their rights and to promote their welfare. So the government of India has made this, and the order is made for the commissions on the women, children, minority and scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Okay students, that's all about this lecture. Okay students, thank you.